Hi, welcome to my new art studio. I'm so excited you're here. You might hear people potentially woodworking. There's a lot going on in this building, so just embrace the ambiance with me. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this relaxing ASMR art making session. I'm working on this Marilyn Monroe painting. I started it a while ago and then I kind of put it to the side. So basically I plan on working on it a little bit further, just developing it and then collaging over it. Potentially I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but I have these rose petals and other elements I can work into the painting to make it a little extra special. So I'm excited. You may notice I'm intentionally doing soft-spoken today. It's been heavily requested, so I thought, why not? Why not just do a soft-spoken ASMR painting video for you guys? My biggest challenge with soft-spoken is to not get too excited and start talking loudly, because painting is quite exciting. I'm gonna put on my split fade. So if you are in the mood to paint along, just work on whatever project you have in mind, just go for it. So I stepped away from this painting for a few months. I was working on it quite vigorously, and then I lost inspiration. So yeah. I want to capture her beauty, of course, but once I add the other elements to the painting, I intend on capturing a story, not just a direct photographic painting. Because yeah, I just a lot of what I'm doing right now is simplifying. By painting larger brush strokes over some of the broken, smaller brush strokes, and deepening some of the blacks. it's sad because, you know, her image was commodified, and I think that was partly why I believe she was, because they knew that they could actually commodify it even better with her gone than alive. Which is scary. But that might just be me being all morbid and deep. I mean, sometimes perfect silence isn't as nice as ambient noise. It's kind of my style, I guess. I never go for like a perfect silent vibe. Partly because it's like almost unachievable, but also whenever I hear too clean of like an ASMR video, it feels a bit sterile, which I get it. People like that, but I like kind of a more natural vibe. Unintentional ASMR. I want these feathers to feel softer, more feathery. That feels pretty feathery. Mixing kind of a dark gray for where her earring and hair and ear kind of intermingle. I couldn't really put my finger on why I wasn't satisfied with the direction it was going until I stepped away and then came back to it and had the idea to basically change the direction almost entirely, which I haven't gotten to that point in the process yet, but that's going to be my goal. Right now, I'm simply adjusting everything and I guess making sure that I'm satisfied with the structural elements of the painting before I go in and add some of the more creative and whimsical aspects of this art piece. So, yeah. working on rendering different portions of the face, perfecting the correct shade of gray, mostly doing all of my mixing on the canvas. Something to remember is you can always change the direction of your painting, even to the point of completely annihilating what you have and starting over on that canvas. Please don't be afraid of eliminating certain parts of your painting that you may have worked hard on, because a lot of times we see it as, oh, I worked really hard on this aspect of the painting, but now I'm realizing it doesn't really work, but I don't want to go back on what I did because it feels like wasted effort. But I encourage you to kind of rethink it as every aspect, every step of the way is an important stepping stone in the process in order to gain the realizations you need in order to complete the painting. It's hard because while analyzing your art is important, remaining somewhat free of judgment is also important, especially while you're painting. Just kind of go for it and then step back and analyze it. And something is not up to your standard in your art piece, just know that you can fix it. It's in your power and in your control to fix it. Like, the hardest part of actually elevating your work is acknowledging the parts that need to be improved. Once you actually acknowledge those parts of your paintings that could be improved, all you gotta do is just do it and commit to it. If you mess something up like I'm doing right now, don't be hard on yourself. Just kind of work it in, paint over it, fix it. Every step of the way is necessary, even if it feels like you're backtracking. That backtracking is necessary because it's almost like there are moments in the creative process where your painting may require a little surgery, a little painting surgery. So that requires making it worse before making it better. there's a kitchen right outside of my studio, just like at my house, because before I moved to this studio, last week was my first week here. I was recording in my home studio and also painting in my home studio, which was located right outside of my kitchen. So it's like no matter where I go, there's a kitchen right outside of my studio, which honestly works for me because I'm hungry most of the time. I'm really munchy. I'm the type of girl who just likes to have snacks all the time. So, and it's good because you can put your lunch in there, your dinner in there, and spend time in the studio, get work done, and have food available. It's not uncommon for me to forget about eating whenever I'm working on art, just because I get so in the flow state. But yeah, I've learned to listen to my body more. This is getting there. I like it so far. I wanted to match my painting, but also this is like an outfit that I would actually just wear. I have a bunch of different kinds of clothes, and I have like clothes that I wear just for internet videos and stuff for the most part, and then clothes that I wear in my everyday life. And yeah, of course there's crossover, but I would say that this is definitely something I would wear just in my everyday life. Like I was just wearing this, and then it actually looked better on camera than what I was intending on wearing for the painting video. So I was like, all right, that works. I might have to get a smaller paintbrush here pretty soon. Oh. And I might also have to flip her upside down. One of my favorite parts about this studio is the lighting. Just how beautiful it is. And it's like that from like 1 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 hours of the day, it just cascades. I wish I had airbrushes, because honestly I feel like I'm ready to start airbrushing because I know I could make some sweet art with airbrush. I don't know how to use it, but That's all right. I could always learn. You know, YouTube is good for that. Obviously. And honestly, painting can be quite frustrating at times. Because, you know, it's not always a linear thing. Very rarely is it linear like other things in life. There's not usually a right or a wrong. There's only opinions and shit like that. I was wondering, might it look cool if I added this tangled up? 1 second. Feathers. I have an idea. What if we did... Okay, so... that looks cool. Alright, I have an idea, guys. Imagine feathers and petals. Or just petals. Maybe I should just start out with the petals, but I mean, I want it to... maybe it can be where her hand is, but I like her hand. But essentially, I want it to obstruct the image. But then I'll add paint around it to make it feel connected. But I was thinking, you know, what if I did the feathers and then like petals like coming forth. I mean, like, I wonder if I actually cover an aspect of her face, if it will make the other aspect of it even more effective. Hang on. I used these dried flowers in my last painting and I felt like they worked really well. So I was like, okay, what if I add flower petals over an eye and then just like made it explode onto one side? These are from this most recent Valentine's Day from my special someone, none of your business who, even though some of you know, but it smells good. It still smells really fucking good, so I guess my painting is also gonna smell good as well. Hang on, let's just see. Like, even if I put that like directly over an eye, like it already looks really cool. But it's like, if I do that, I have to commit to it. I love it. I think it's a good fucking idea. All right, 1 second. I actually, should I do feather? Or I could do petals around her eye coming out like, I definitely want to destroy something about it so it feels more risky. Like, I don't want to preserve every facial feature because that's less interesting. It truly is giving spyglass, which I'm here for. Okay. I mean, that's looking kind of cool, isn't it? Let me just take a picture. Yeah, I like it so far. It's like all of a sudden it's interesting. Before it was like, okay, another Marilyn Monroe painting, whatever. Now it's like, oh, wait a second, which it's not done, but at least it's, you know, unique at this point. Whereas before it was like a little wah, wah, wah. Like, should I put that there? Because it seems like it might want to go there. Even though it's just one big feather. I mean, I just can't stop thinking that that might look freaking awesome. There, I had a smaller feather that might work. Maybe this one. Actually, low-key, yeah. Like, I kind of low-key love it. I fucking love it. I think it's a yes. These ones are gonna have to... They're just gonna wait, I suppose. I mean, this one is quite fantastic, but it's a bit overpowering. So, I mean, there's always the chance I could use 2, but again, I don't want my whole painting to be about the feather. So, I can make her little Monroe mole a bit bigger just so it can peek through. I guess it's kind of hard to see. It's even more harder to see with this, but it's okay. So I guess it would have to go off of the canvas. So I'm gonna cut the feather, which feels weird. It feels wrong to cut a feather, but that's what we had to do. And I'm just adding glue to the spine of the feather, and I'm just gonna stick it on. And I'm allowing it to stay loose. I guess I could add a little bit more glue on it. Let me see what it looks like. I don't know, I might need to manipulate the direction of the feather, because right there it looks a little just a little one direction. I can think about it later. I don't want to commit right now. Back here needs to be like just a dark fucking black. I'm wondering if I took this piece of paper and collaged it, at least on this half, and then painted over it black, if it would give the essence that I'm looking for. I think I'm gonna try it. I wish I had music note paper. Let me see if I do, because that would be cool too. I'm just gonna test something out. If I paint over the paper. I mean, it does look kind of cool so far. I mean, low-key, it's doing what I wanted it to do, so I'll probably keep doing that. It just gives it some type of like retroness. This is one of those things that if I was completely alone, I wouldn't feel the need to explain it. But like, since I'm sharing my process with you guys, I want you to know what my thought process is. So we're gonna first use somewhat large shapes to fill in the background. Okay. It's kind of like a mosaic. And I'm not gluing anything down all the way. I'm allowing it to buckle to create layers. Oh, that didn't stay, I guess, because it was wet. I think I need a bigger piece back there. A lot of this is just intuitive, so there's really not a right or a wrong way to do it. You just have to follow your instincts and try not to judge yourself. Just embrace whatever is happening in your piece. Alright, I'm just gonna paint over that real quick and see what's happening. And it's gonna give me a little bit more clarity on what my next step is gonna be. I'll glue that back down later. I definitely want to continue that, but allow it to kind of dissipate on this side. Because I think if I do it all the way, it'll be overpowering. So kind of just have to hold pieces up and see what looks right. That looks good. Your art doesn't have to express your potential per se. It just needs to be whatever it is. Like, or it doesn't need to be express what you're capable of all the time. Sometimes art is just there to explore something within the piece. Like, it doesn't have to be a perfect representation of what you're capable of. It just doesn't. It's one reason why it's good to make a lot of different art. I wonder if I wanna... I don't really know what's happening in there, but maybe I can work on that later. I mean, it might be interesting just to add some pieces, kind of like I did here and here, just to kind of, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna see what happens. If I hate it, whatever. let's just paint over it and see if I like it, and if I don't, I'll pull off some of those pieces. Okay. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of low-key awesome, actually. Maybe a awesome large piece of paper here. Beveled edges of just tearing it. You can see the humanity in torn paper. Right? It's kind of a little hard to explain, but there's just something so nice about being able to see the artist's hand in her work. It's like, do I want her to be overpowered by the paper, or do I want the paper to be behind her? You know what I mean? I mean, that looks pretty cool. Maybe one in here to dry it off, because the hot glue does not work with the water. Okay. That looks really cool. Let me take a picture. Oh yeah. That looks so fucking dope. Like, stop it right now. I just feel like if I get up and walk around, I can come back with a clearer perspective. Like, I just wonder if I continued doing some of this and then maybe adding some flowers in here, or just kind of connect it a little bit. Potentially one shell here or there, like this one. It's kind of cool. We'll see. Maybe some of these will work. Okay. All right, I'm Yay. I told you that wouldn't take too long. So now what I want to do is focus on just, I don't know if I want to add more flowers or what, but I want to connect some stuff. Actually, I have these flower petals as well that I could work with. I could have done a bigger rose in the center, but I just didn't think it was gonna work. Maybe I should just keep something that I feel inclined to do. I also want to take my gold paint and work with that as well. Alright, there's like I also wanted to make like a purple for sure. Oh, I already have purple, but I need like a darker purple. I suppose that works. It's a lighter purple, a blue purple. Okay, all of those shades of purple work. Now I need some of that color. I suppose I would just take a little yellow and add it with the brown. Maybe a little more yellow. It's pretty darn close. And then I feel like that is like that color. It's like champagne, like dark, not champagne, dark red wine, which feels very on brand for Marilyn Monroe. Like, I never met her. I don't know if she liked a dark red wine, but I feel like that those things go together. That's what I'm thinking. Can you guess? All right. Oh yeah, I wanted to use some of this thick ass paint. There's a little blob of dry paint here at the opening, which I will peel away. Honestly, I'll probably just cut a new opening, and I need to start clipping this paint tube or putting tape around it or whatever. This type of tube is really cheap, but the paint is really good. I mean, I assume it's cheap. I assume that's why they use this, because it's like, I mean, I pay a lot for this type of really thick acrylic paint because it's like, it behaves like oil paint, except for the fact that it doesn't need oil-based solvents and whatnot. But yeah. My hands are quite messy. Anyway, I feel like gold in this painting will really help. Like, I have an idea. like it. I don't know what's happening, but I like it. I'm here for it. I feel like more gold. Ooh, I like some of that red too. It's like I'm gonna cover some of this up with more petals, but it's better to paint it first and then add on top of it. I feel like this needs to be like fucking committed, thick ass paint, otherwise it's not gonna look right. Like, it's really hard to let go on the level that I am right now because, oh, scary. But risky art is worth looking at. If you're not taking any risks, what are you doing? You know, it's not even about taking risks, it's about playing. It's about being playful and having fun. Hang on. I feel like there needs to be something kind of deepening the notion in there, and then perhaps another blob of gold. Like, I feel like it needs to be kind of echoed over here without it being the focus, I suppose. But it's gotta be strategic, and you know, I can't throw off the vibe. Oh Lord, okay. All right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I need to work on it. We'll say that. That's better, even just making it feel translucent. What do you think so far? I'm going to bring back some of this darkness while preserving a little bit of the color. I'm telling you, taking pictures is one of my secret weapons. Take pictures of the process and you'll be so much better off because you can see through the lens what you miss right there in front of you. It's so weird. It's because you can like sit there and analyze it different. I don't know. Okay, this is what I think. I don't love it, but that's because it's not done. I'm gonna ambiguify a lot of it and then add the petals over it. So that means just kind of like messing it up more. Yeah, already that makes more visual sense, just to kind of make it feel less, I don't know. Something about messing it up just always helps. I can't explain it. Like going in and literally just fucking it up. I don't know why, but it works. I feel like adding way more black back into it and then putting the leaves or the petals on it again is gonna be my best bet. Okay, all of this could honestly be black again, except for that part. So that looks better. Just black, pretty much. Oh, I'm painting a flower. Oh, I'm painting a leaf. Like, that's not what we're going for. We're going for a vibe where you don't really know where it starts and it stops. You know what I'm saying? Everything's falling. No. Okay. 1 second. I have to move my glow. And all right. Let's see. I'm gonna check my chat. See what's going on. I love those ostrich feathers. Thank you. Do you have Instagram? I do. Devil Dances. Hi. Thank you. That's a nice sunny setup. Oh, thanks. Yeah, see, like I wanted a new, happy, spacious ASMR vibe for my art, and here we are. yeah, and I'm really grateful because I manifested this studio. I was recording at my parents' house for years, and then I started streaming at my where I live, basically. And I have a small room that I turned into a studio, but it was really small, and I used a lot of lighting to make it look like it was natural light, but I never had natural light in there. I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on lights to make it look more natural. And then I just pretended that I was there in the studio of my dreams, and I cut out pictures of my dream studio or images on Pinterest that made me think of my dream studio, and here we are. So I would say I could stay here for a hot minute. It's huge in here, actually. I would say it's like twice the size of my kitchen, or two times the size of my kitchen in here, so I can really like spread out and work on anything. And as time goes on, I'll add more things in here to absorb the sound better, because right now it is a bit echoey, but it's spacious, so that's what you get. I'm wondering if we want glitter. Do we want glitter? I feel like a little glitter can't hurt. But I want to add more petals because I have a vision that I must achieve. But you can expect to see me. Oh, you know what? I need to let this dry before I hot glue shit onto it. Maybe I can get, use my Elmer's glue. I was gonna say, you can expect to see me make more, content, just like in general, especially streaming and YouTube stuff, because it's kind of the same in my world. Like, I will use this for a YouTube video, so because basically my vibe is now going to the studio, making art, and press record. That's the vibe. So it's way more conducive to actually making art, because I'm not having to worry about my dogs, other outside distractions. I come, I make the art. This leaf is a bit less pretty, petal, I mean. So I'm looking forward to just longer creative sessions, being more consistent, and obviously there's outside noises. But I feel like if it's not gonna bother me, it's not gonna bother you. So it's not like the same as like dogs whining in the background, which has been my life for a while. I wonder if we want to do more than one rose or if that's going to just be too overpowering. I feel like there just needs to be more over here for some reason, but I'm not really sure if I need another feather or what the energy is at the moment, but I don't know if I should put take that down for now and I'll put it back up later. Maybe, but I feel like it'll probably go lower because I'm adding more petals. So yeah. Also, my hair is like kind of starting to shag out a little. I think I'm gonna grow it out, guys. So, I mean, I'm not like trying to get it super long per se, but yeah. I feel like there just needs to be one more right there, maybe. Let me take a look through the eye of the lens. Hang on, do we need one here? Or will that compete with her nose? I mean, I kind of low-key love it right there. Okay. I want it to be kind of stacked, like they're falling. I might have needed to use hot glue for this particular moment, but yeah, 100%. Okay. It's okay. Do we want one here? Hang on. One. I think so. Definitely. Okay. That's nice. That feels I think that looks good. I thought about using leaves. Maybe that's a good way to... These are kind of cool too. Hang on. I like some of these darker leaves as well. Perhaps I can use some of the smaller ones. I'm just gonna hold a few of them up and just see if it looks right. It low-key does, honey. It low-key does. Okay, these leaves are probably exactly what I needed. Yes. Okay. I needed something down here, but I wasn't sure what it was. And the green is gonna play off of the purple, the reds and purples. I'm not sure that that curly one is doing anything for me, but that one looks good. Let me pull off a few of the smaller ones. I wanted to give you a little winky because you're sweet. Okay. I like these two leaves next to each other. But I'm gonna weigh out my options. I don't know. I like those. I'm not sure why, but I do. So I'm gonna go with my instinct. And I'm putting hot glue on the portion of the leaves that stick out the most, because I know that that's gonna hit the canvas, and I'm allowing it to obviously come off of the canvas, creating something a little bit more 3D. And this might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I'm figuring something out through this. Like, I already know I can paint hyper realistic stuff, and I want to create something that is more me, essentially. Just more unique to me and my perspective. Not just making shit because I think people will like it type of thing, but making things that feel authentic to me as an artist, which I felt like I've gotten away from that, unfortunately. Like, I've gotten away from making work that feels super authentic to me because if I'm honest with myself, I've tried to people please through my art lately. And, you know, we all do it, and I think I was just doing it subconsciously. I'm not thinking like, oh, I want to please people with this. Like, that's not really what's happening, but it's like, I know that I have strayed away. I've questioned myself a lot more than I used to. And it's kind of strange because I learned so much through art college, but I also feel like I have to unlearn some things about art college, or about what I learned in art college, because they have lots of ideas of what makes something good or whatever, and while those ideas are valuable and helpful, sometimes it's not 100% true, you know? Like, sometimes that's just an opinion. All right, let me take a picture of what I have. I do like what's happening right now. I think this still needs to be blacker. Like, I like the gold, but it needs to be contrasted with the dark black. You see? Isn't that satisfying? Just slopping it on there. what if there's a way I can do this that acknowledges my thought process? I mean, that's low-key awesome. I love that. And I feel like I need to do it again somewhere. I mean, I don't know why, that just feels so fucking cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, honey. Oh my god. Okay, it makes me feel like I need a slab of paper right here. I'm probably gonna have a really red mark on my back from scratching that spot, but fuck it. Okay. I kind of liked that. Like, I can see that I added some things there, but I think what it really needs is paper more than paint. Yeah. And I'm just lightly gluing it. I just added like random blobs of glue, so I'm able to kind of allow it to buckle and peel and things like that. I feel like I will probably want to add some random larger rose petals somewhere, and I might connect what's happening somehow, but I'm open to the possibilities at the moment. I'm not like super attached to one outcome. I mean, this is kind of interesting. If I had, but I also like what's happening because this feather pulls you back in. If I bring this down here, it'll feel almost like herpes. I know that that sounds weird, but like whenever you have lots of red dots in multiple places, it starts feeling like a wound or sickness. So I gotta be careful of not giving that effect. Okay. I might need to add one there as well. We'll see. I feel like adding pieces of the paper in the figure, like maybe adding one there, could be a smart idea so that it doesn't feel totally separate from the painting. Like it feels together. Hi, Darby Looney. You think I feel like I need more feathers? Okay, that's a good idea. I mean, like maybe another one. I do have these other ostrich feathers, but I would have to probably cut it up. I think I'm gonna cut them. I'm gonna cut this one Because I think you're right. I think you are absolutely totally right. I need more feathers. See, I listen to you guys. I don't think I know it all. I feel like that needs to be glued down a little bit more. There. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna add them where I believe they may need to go. I mean, it's kind of sad cutting up feathers, but maybe these ones need to be glued on with just regular glue so that it doesn't, yeah, there we go. Actually, I feel like this one needs to go that way. Gosh darn it. This feather business is tricky. Okay, this one needs a lot more glue. I don't know why, but it do. There we go. Come on, stay. All right, that should be good. Where's my feather? Okay. I feel like definitely more through there. Hang on. I need regular glue. Okay, stay. This one might be a bit much, you know? So I recognized whenever I stepped away from this that there were aspects of the painting that felt like it was not quite intact, for lack of better words. Which is why I went back in and I wanted to work on it a little bit. Like in here needs to be way darker. Way darker. Yes. Love that. Now, where did my random piece of paper go? Here are my little pieces of paper. I want to kind of mosaic them. If I can find them. There it is. I'm just using regular Elmer's glue. Okay, and I'm just gonna add little pieces in here, and then that way it feels like the large pieces are being broken apart into these smaller fragments. And it's gonna make it feel more connected, strangely, because I'm not actually really connecting anything, but just adding little energy fragments. Marilyn Monroe was an incredibly intelligent woman who knew how to use her assets for her advantage. And clearly that didn't set right with everybody, especially those who might be threatened by her power. Adding a little bit of repetition like that can go so far in a painting. So, part of the reason I wanted to do something more abstract, because I wanted to represent her personality. I mean, I didn't know her, but I imagined what she would be like. She was fabulous, natural, except for the blonde, and probably many things, but just a natural beauty. Wow. And I fall over in my chair because my easel is too far. I mean, I low-key kind of like some of the lightness of these pieces rather than going over them with a wash like I intended on doing. I might go over these ones with a wash, but we'll see. It's kind of nice to have the paper create another element of dimension where it feels like the paper pieces are kind of floating on top. Light wash to where it feels integrated but not dark. think it did what I was hoping for. All right, now let's go back to the original and just add some final touches with the paint. I'm referring to my reference again. Final touches can really make or break your painting. I would say they never break your painting. You can never go wrong with final touches, but you can always level up your painting by adding a few final touches. In a sense of like, yes, you could be done with the painting, but you're just gonna work on it a little more. But yeah, you can push your painting further and get more out of it. And you can be surprised at what you might accomplish with just giving yourself more time to work it out. Okay. Maybe this should be positioned differently. Shoot. Ah, it's on there good. Hang on. It's like you can't see the Monroe mole. That goes like this. I'm really looking at my reference right now because I want to get the shape of her hair back a little bit after obstructing it. I like what I did. I just need to find that happy balance between both worlds. All right, that looks really good. I wanted that to feel softer. I definitely think that looks good like that. Maybe a little less. That looks nice. And then I don't know if I'm gonna leave this here or not. I mean, I can't decide. I'll probably leave it. Okay. I think if I get a little bit of gold and just work in a little bit of a pattern. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Like if I just very subtly work in a little pattern, mimicking the feathers. Looked good until I overdid it. I can tell I'm getting to that point where, like, actually that looks perfect. I always like to use my fingers because it just, something about it. I just wasn't really working on the microphone that much. But yeah, this is really beautiful. I love the fact that it's just different, and I want to fix the leaves there, the petals. And then, do I still want this here? Or maybe I'll do it like that. This might be a good idea to have it a little less centered around the face. Honestly, I might just leave that petal there. And, ooh, I have an idea. What if I had it like draping like that instead of a like circle, more like teardrops? I'm here for it. Yeah. Okay. All right. needed to not cover the Monroe mole. Okay, that's good. Now, one right there. This is a clever solution to the vibe I'm going for without it being just overly predictable. I like just those three. I think that's all I need. And then I feel like this could be glued that way. There. That's better. And this one is probably as good as it's gonna get. I feel like in here it could be softer. Hang on, let me see through my lens. Oh yeah, it looks really good. I don't know why I feel like finger painting right now, but I just do. Alright, let me find my reference again. I feel like my phone's gonna die really soon. Oh yeah, my phone's definitely gonna die super soon. Oh, so that kind of goes like this. A little darker. I mean, that looks good. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. Alright. Taking a picture. I need to move it out of the glary. I mean, I think it looks good. This spot here, I don't know, it just seemed like it needed to be broken up. I'm gonna look at the reference again. I was right. Just looked like there was too much hair in there. All right, that looks better though. All right, I'm here for it. It looks really good. I love like the patterns. I think that the eye is correct. Now I'm like second guessing myself because I added more shading to it. My phone's taking forever to think. feel like it's correct enough. Like, it looks believable, so I mean, that's all we're really going for, I suppose, is just to make it convincing. Convince the viewer that it's real, not like really like a real, just real art, you know? Maybe a softer shadow. I mean, yeah. Maybe just a little bit less eyeliner, basically. I mean, this is a beautiful picture, but it's also something sad about it too, because she's not smiling, her eyes are kind of turned down. It's glamour and sadness and beauty and drama all at once. Okay. I think we're at a stopping point at the very least. I'm probably done with it at the very best. I'm going to show you a close-up through this up here. Okay. Here's a really good view of this painting. I think it turned out so good. I love the final touches. So, thanks so much for being here. I hope you love my new studio. I can't wait to do more art and ASMR here with you. And yeah, I'm so happy with the way this turned out. So thanks for being a part of it.